Hi students, how are you all? I hope you're all doing fine. Students, in the previous recorded sessions, we discussed about To My Countrymen. This extract has been taken from Ignited Minds, written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Here, he is asking the people of India, the citizens of India, to become aware and to understand the situation, context, and to contribute their minds in the development of this nation, and to take forward the visions, the dreams of our forefathers who have dreamt of India to be like this, and to take India forward. And also he wants us to realize the manpower and also to understand the importance of every young mind in this country, as how our forefathers have built India and how we are developing it. It lies in our hands. So today he speaks about he had visited so many countries, and in India, when it comes to India, almost he has gone to every state. He was the president of this India, he was a scientist, and what he's telling the entrepreneurs, there is like in one nation, in India itself, there are differences. Example, Bengaluru. You take it about Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi and Hyderabad. These have become the hubs of IT countries, IT people. But when it comes to other states or other cities, it has not become. He says, in the drive for the development, some states are faring better than the other in the country. One state is doing better than the other country. Bright young entrepreneurs have energized the national technology scene. Bengaluru, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi and Hyderabad are the hubs of business activities. Most of the business takes place in these states. But even though the IT sector is a very visible area of success and has brought in some capital investment in terms of overall development, this is not enough. Even if you take up the IT area as a mission, manpower is the most important need. Those living away from the cities must also have access to good education to join the talent pool, and this should happen fast. Here he is telling, if I am a Bangalorean, or if I belong to Hyderabad or Delhi or Mumbai, I may have a good access to education. But people who are living far away from these cities are also good. They are very intellectual. But they are lacking in a good education, a proper education. They are not getting a sufficient education, sufficient infrastructure to build such schools where they can show their talents. Even to this day, few rural sites, people, when we compare to the urban, few people are very good at their talents in rural, but they will not have such accessibility to reach the audience. So here Dr. Kalam is telling, few states are doing better than the other states. It means that somewhere or the other, at the center, they must provide the facilities, they must provide the accessibility to reach a proper education to every citizen of this country. See, education is the basic tool where we can change the world. See, you cannot change the world through forces. You cannot change the world through your arms, your violence activities. It can only be changed through education. You can educate people and you can make them understand what is good for the country and how they can have a change in society. So here, Dr. Kalam is giving more importance to education and health. There must be equal accessibility to health and education. A country where there is a difference in these two things can never achieve the goal and can never reach the top positions. Only people who are rich enough to go to a hospital, only they can avail the facilities. But what about the poor people? That is, in my sense, that is where our country is lacking, where there is no equal education and equal health facilities. And also, Dr. Kalam is also telling the same. It means that I have followed his idea, Dr. Kalam's idea, to understand what it is unequal in our country. My visits to the northeastern states like Tripura and Assam and to Jharkhand showed me our untapped potential. It means that our country has not reached that position, or they have not searched there. They are very intellectual people, but those states are very far from all these things. Tripura's economy rests on forest products including bamboo cultivation. It is rich in mineral wealth, as also it is rich in natural gases. But the transport facilities are bad in shape. See, when it comes to northeastern states, there is no proper facilities. They are good at minerals, but our country has not reached there. It is difficult to travel, like our country in the sense, our government has not reached there. It is just telling that one. It is difficult to travel, interact and organize a business. Here, Dr. Kalam is telling, even though we reach also, there is no proper facilities to talk to people, to take all those things which is necessary in a good, on a good roads. The transport is very bad in shape. And these states are good at forest products, and all those people's economy depends on the forest products itself. In Assam, there is no shortage of resources, and the state has good educational infrastructure, all the ingredients required for a developed economy, and are there, but there is insurgency and unrest among people. A focused mission will integrate the people. Here he is telling, when it comes to Assam has a good proper infrastructure, good education, but the thing is that people there are like unrest. It means or insurgencies. Unrest or insurgency means a rebellion, an attempt by a group of people to take control over the government using forces and violence, or a protest or violent behavior. They behave very violently. If we say one idea, they don't understand it very easily. Or if the government is doing something, they try to take control over the government. That's where these people are lacking. They have to understand. And if we make a plan, or if we integrated all these people, then our country can reach up to the mark. He's telling people should not be violent. They have to understand it, and then only they can reach at certain positions. States such as Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Punjab and Karnataka have made me realize that much can be achieved once efforts are made to channel development funds for improvement in such areas as education and health. The southern states like Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and the north states like Punjab, and again southern state like Karnataka, they can achieve good, but only once they have equal accessibility in both education and health. And only if we make a way for the funds. If I have an idea, if I don't have a friend, then I may not reach it, isn't it? Here what it is Dr. Kalam is telling, if we have to reach the goal, there must be a proper channel of the funds as well as a proper manpower, and if you have good accessibility to health and education. See, people in rural sites, they may not have a good accessibility of education, but when it comes to Bangalore, they have a very good education. When it comes to Delhi, the infrastructure as well as the facilities of education are very good. Here, Dr. Kalam is telling, for states like this, we have to give equal accessibility to education and health. And if we provide an equal education and health, then surely, then definitely, they can achieve the target what Kalam has set. Our intellectual forums, political platforms, academic institutions and chambers of commerce are full of discussions and debates. The forums, the chambers, they're all full of discussion. What do we have to do? But here Dr. Kalam is telling, with these discussions, we are just sitting and we are discussing. We are not executing it. The forums, the debates cannot change it. Here Dr. Kalam is telling, the debates, the forums, the discussions cannot lead the country. Only when we execute it in a proper way, then only we can achieve it. Who's telling? It's telling by Kalam. Dr. Kalam. There are endless debates, arguments, hypotheses, theories, and yet there is little progress. With this with the sittings, with the discussions, with the forums, with the debates, with the discussions, with the hypothesis theories, a target cannot be achieved. Only when we execute it in a proper way, then only it can be achieved. See, the people, they are full of talent, they are intellectual. Only how do we have to use it? That the government has to realize it. And once we are discussing, every family, every individual, every household has to discuss these things to bring a change in a society. At every level, to take responsibility for what is good or bad in our situation. Once when we are doing something, we have to understand what is good, what is bad, what do we have to understand to change a society. Is there a necessary, in what terms we have to change it? Where we have to change it? Do we have to change at rural level? Do we have to change at urban level? Where do we have to change it? How do we have to provide a good education for the people? How we can achieve an equal accessibility in education as well as in health. That here Dr. Kalam is making us understand. This would mean that we stop blaming others for the circumstances we find ourselves in. See, when someone is not doing better, when the government is not doing better, we always blame it. This is the thing that happens, or it is happening like this, or if I am not doing work, or if I am not doing something, then we actually blame somebody else. Oh, he is the reason or she is the reason for my mistake. Once we are doing mistake, we have to admit it and we have to rectify our mistakes. There only we can achieve a target. What it is we are doing the mistake and how can we solve it. Taking responsibility also means willingness to exercise our abilities to the fullest. This will make us worthy of enjoying the benefits that comes with the efforts. Like, once I've committed a mistake, I do have to realize, okay, this is bad, then try to change it. Don't try to put the blame on others. Okay, just because of him or her or them, we committed mistakes. No, you cannot do it like that. You have to change yourself. And once you commit it, you have to change it. Up to the fullest, you have to change it. And that gives you the ultimate happiness. Students should get ready to transform India into a developed nation. Ignite your minds and think big. He is telling, he has targeted the students. He feels that students can change the country. Students are the reason today's citizens or today's children becomes tomorrow's citizens, and today's students, they may grow up. You may grow up, children. You may grow up and you may lead the country. You have to understand, you have to ignite. Ignite means you have to give light to the mind and you have to think very broadly, not in a narrow-minded. When you have committed a mistake, you have to admit it and you have to change it. And here he is telling, a teacher once said, give me a 5-year-old child. After 7 years, no God or devil will be able to change the child. Here he is telling, also, as per the books he has written, he has given more importance to their teachers, to his teachers. He's telling, teachers are the ultimate changers in the society. It's the vision of Dr. Kalam. He's telling, a teacher can change it. And once the teacher has done that one, no God can change that student. So he wants such teachers who can mold the students in a more positive and a more fruitful way. Not the teachers who just go around or who really have to influence the students to be the better citizens, to change the country. Here, our chapter ends. Go through the chapter. If you find time, go through Ignited Minds. It's really very nice to read and to understand the situation of the country. If you have any doubt, feel free to contact me through WhatsApp. Stay home, stay safe. Bye-bye.